it done. It's been a hot minute since I made a video. I've been working 14-hour shifts, 6 days a week. So, time to hop back on here. I've got a non-race car project going on right now. 8:30 this morning, I already got the, sorry about the wind noise, we're having tornadoes here in Kentucky this morning. Got the Silverado washed up after a week of going to work. And I've got the little white car, got the engine out of it. We're gonna be going to the junkyard today and getting an engine for it. It broke a timing belt, and that being a zero tolerance motor, it just mangled everything, excuse me. So, that's what we're doing today. Got a whole big pile of parts. I've got a new cam belt and a new water pump to do on it for preventative maintenance on the new to me engine. Like I said, here in Kentucky this morning, a lot of people are waking up with no homes and missing loved ones. We've had some serious tornadoes come through the central part of our state. Thankfully, we're just getting severe winds off of it. But hope those people make it through all right. Today, if we don't have any serious issues, we should be able to get the belt and water pump on, and I've got to pull the engine out of a whole nother car, so that's what we'll be doing today. So you guys just stay tuned. I'm gonna go in and get a couple hours of sleep, and we'll hop back on it. Hopefully Hunter will be part of it. Got the S10 sitting up here outside looking all sad. I forgot to put the piece of rubber over the fuel cell. It leaks, the cap leaks, and I have about half a tank of water right now, so I gotta drain that. We may do that today too if we get to it. So it'll be an all over the place video, maybe some driving. So this is what we're gonna have to do this winter. We're just gonna have to make do. Also got the calendar in the mail from 458 Photography. Brittany over there did an amazing job taking the pictures. Knocked it out of the park with that one. You guys need to go over and check out her deal. I put it at the end of this video. It's she's got a Facebook page. Hit her up. She can mail you your calendar. They're $25. Let's see what else has been going on. Nothing really. I've done nothing but work here lately, so it'll be really good to get back in front of the phone and do a little something for you guys. We picked up some new subscribers. I did see that much on there. Really thank you guys a lot for bearing with me through winter. It's gonna be slow. I do plan on putting a new transmission in the S10. It's I've actually got it out a couple times. I've got some video that I'll throw in here that we did. So there's gonna be some content this winter. It's just gonna be slow starting up. You know, I work a regular job like everybody else. I don't have sponsorships. I don't have new transmissions and motors getting dropped off at the garage. So you gotta work for what you get. So you guys just stay tuned and follow along. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Tell us your thoughts on the Kia.
It's gay.
Are you using your telepathical mind to see what you're doing with your fingers since you can't see them with your eyes?
Yep.
Is that the transmission you're taking loose there? Well, things are not going as smooth as they even was on the first one, so we'll be here a while. See you guys. If you're looking for a qualified video on how to change a 2010 Kia Rio timing belt, this is probably not the video you're going to watch. But if you want to watch some random guy in his garage change one, this is probably the video. It's me and Evan. We just tore the engine out of this junk Kia 4-hour sister's car. It's a 1.6, maybe. Hell, I don't even know what it is. I think it's 1.6. The engine here is really clean, the one we're using. So what happened to that engine over there is the timing belt broke, zero tolerance engine, everything went boom. So preventative maintenance, we're gonna go and put a new water pump, timing belt, and all the goodies in this one. Excuse me. So I'm gonna flip around and start by showing you what I've always did when doing timing belts and timing chains and engines. First thing. So I'll flip around and show you. All right, so first thing you want to do is pictures. Take pictures of how the cams are laying, take pictures of how your pulleys are, the spring down, the tensioner, take pictures of how that goes in. And then you can look at an owner's manual, or it's 2021, we can get the internet. Back in that hole is a dimple in this crank pulley. And then there's a dimple right there. You're gonna wanna line that dimple up with that little stud right there, okay? And then you're gonna come up here and there's a hole. And when you look through that hole, you'll see a red mark. That's also a timing mark. Now what you can do that'll mess you up really, really bad is what they call 180 degrees out. And I'll show you that right now. I can do it one-handed here. And I've been really bad to do this on a small block Chevrolet, is your crank's lined up, but you come up here and your cam gear is 180 degrees from being at top dead center on the compression stroke. Your crank's up, so really what's happening in the cycle of an engine is you have an intake stroke coming down, a compression stroke coming up, it fires, and when it comes back down on the compression stroke, it comes up for the exhaust stroke. Right now the engine's on an exhaust stroke, I guess is how I'd explain it to you. Okay, so right now it shows to be good down here, so always double check. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing back up where it needs to be at. Alright, let's see, a little bit too much. Right about there. Okay, and another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out the #1 spark plug and I'm gonna drop a something like a zip tie, screwdriver, something that's not gonna hurt a piston. Drop it in there and see if the motor is actually, if the piston's actually at the top of the stroke. These are all precautions because when you put together an engine and you're trying to do preventative maintenance because it's a zero tolerance engine and you're one tooth at a time, you ruin a whole engine over not doing these checks. So I'm gonna hop off, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull off all the old hardware. I'm gonna slide the belt off, and when I go back with the new hardware we ordered, I'll show it to you. And if you guys have any questions, comment down below, and I'll put a part number in for all the stuff that we ordered here. Everything came from eBay. Everything we used today was under $100, so stay tuned. So, got this thing tore apart. Just pulled the water pump on it. I'm sure the water pump was fine on this engine, but the reason for doing it is you've got to do all this anyways. So I recommend doing it while you're in here and just being done with it. You're gonna have a gasket, 4 water pump bolts. What I like to do when doing any kind of thing like this is keeping it clean is the biggest thing. Let me get a paper towel. Always, never be afraid of using too many towels. I'm over here. Evan forgot where I was at there. Don't be afraid to use too many towels. And I'm a really big fan of either brake cleaner or starting fluid. Starting fluid's a lot more expensive. I think I bought 2 cans at Advance Auto the other day for like $4.29 a piece. Spray everything out good. Clean motor's a happy motor. First glance, this motor's been took really good care of, so hopefully everything goes good. I'm not seeing a whole lot of rust in the water jackets. Looks like they've used the correct coolant with corrosion protection in it. So, not sure what that crusty stuff there is. I just inhaled ether. Looks like a little crud there in the water pump housing. Nothing major. Now, mind you, this car probably sat 2 years before we got this engine out of it to use, so. Okay. Now, what we'll do, pull out this new gasket and check and see if it aligns right. It does align right. Now, here's my take on a water pump gasket, or any kind of gasket for that matter. I catch a lot of crap for it from my buddies and stuff, but I think this is the dumbest thing that was ever invented. This gasket can only be in so many ways. As you all know, cast iron, cast aluminum has flaws in it. Anything does. Anything has a flaw. I like to think that there is a mushable material between it. And a paper gasket, in my opinion, is not that. Yeah, you can have perfect luck at them. If you didn't, you wouldn't come with the kit. I'm a big silicone guy, so I'm gonna put me some silicone in that baby. And I just happen to have a tube right here that came with my gear set from the S10. So, and I guess we're gonna roll this video and not have any cuts in it, because, you know, you guys want to see how I do it and not mess up, or if I do mess up, how I go about it. So that's what we're gonna do. It's the stinky kind. I'm gonna get the new water pump and put a healthy coat on the whole ordeal. I was raised up there. Even my stepdad is a really big fan of the right gaskets, and I don't agree. I think that is the best way to get an engine leak, is using a gasket. This will never leak. So I'm gonna set that aside. Like that. Give this one more good cleaning down there. I'll even go ahead and put a dab on this. Get everything lined up how I like it. Okay, a little bit of awkward silence there. Now, comes the water. And you may ask, oh Dylan, what does this torque to? Whatever I can get on a 3/8 ratchet. Notice how it just smushes out everywhere that it didn't need it? It can't leak like that. Yes, it's ugly, it makes a mess. My LS motor has head gaskets and O-rings for the intake, and that's it. That's it. You don't need to do other stuff. So, I'll get back with you guys. I'm gonna put this together, tighten it up, and that's pretty much what we'll be doing. I'll hop back on when we get ready to put the timing belt on, so I'll get back with you guys. Yeah, because the rest of this, I'm just gonna tighten this up and clean up a little bit. So I'll see you guys in just a second. I'll start with this unit. And he went up here, so. A little lat. There. 14mm. Put the torque wrench. Next, we gotta I'll go and put the belt on, and then the tensioner. The belt. Let's look for marks. There could be certain marks that they like the belt to be in. I don't see any. I don't see any. Notice how the belt's not one fit. Take note, take note. 5 it being a Chinese belt, it's probably not gonna be the right size. But we hope it is. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I want you to know. I want you to know right now. Liking what I'm seeing. Alright. Now I gotta figure out how this tensioner stuff works. So. We got to. I don't remember how this goes. Doesn't ever forget it.
Did you take photos?
I did. Yeah, I forgot. Alright, we're gonna go back and look at a picture and see how I did the tensioner. Well, after some aggravation, my cameraman leaving because I was yelling and throwing a tantrum, I'm alone. And I'm putting in a valve cover gasket now. I've got everything buttoned up. I'll put some pictures in. Just take your time. It'll go together. Just take your time. You want to get all the tension off your tensioner and then put your belt on. And not cut your fingers off and stuff. So, tomorrow's a new day. Be a new video. I'll have it up. Stay tuned.